I'm just going to start off by using Rosebud Balm and placing that all over my lips for some extra hydration. It's so important to keep your lips moisturized. Now I'm just using People with Skin Rose Water Hydrating Spray, and I'm going to spray that all over my face. It is so important to keep your skin hydrated, especially having vitiligo. I feel like it's an important step. Now I'm just using the Benefit Professional, and I'm going to place that all over my chin, a little bit on my cheeks and on my nose to blur out some of my pores. Now I am just using a NYX eyeshadow base. I believe there's a white one and also a more skin color one, and the one I'm using is the skin toned one. So I'm just going to place that all over my lid, just so the eyeshadow could pop out more. Now I'm using the Morphe 3502 palette, and I'm going with the more transition shades. I'm a big fan of orangey tones. I love orange eyeshadow. I just think it's so beautiful, and orange is actually one of my favorite colors, so I absolutely love it, especially for an everyday look. I feel like it looks more natural. So I'm just putting that all over my crease, making it more defined, and then I'm also going to bring it down to my lid with that same exact color. Now I'm just using an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, and I'm using the lighter shades in the palette just for an inner highlight. Now I'm using the Anastasia Glow Kit, and I'm just adding that a little bit more in my inner corners just for some extra highlight, just to make it blinding. Now I'm just going back into that palette and using one of the more shimmer shades and just placing that on my lid just for an extra pop for the day. This is a step that I do sometimes I don't. It just really all depends. Now I am going in with the Sephora liquid eyeliner in black. I am honestly so obsessed with this. It dries down matte, and it's so long lasting. Another thing, I actually learned how to do my eyeliner by using tape, and I used it for so long to the point where I didn't need the tape anymore. So if you guys are ever struggling with getting a wing liner, I suggest tape. It is so good. I'm honestly surprised I have not poked out my eye yet, because usually I always mess this part up. Now I'm just going with the Sandra Irasema cover cream, and I'm placing that all over some of my problematic areas, and then I also will be placing that on my cheeks, because that's usually where my vitiligo is more prominent. And another thing, you guys, I do my foundation, but I've come to learn to not do a full coverage. I do like my spots going through that foundation. I just think it looks more natural, and I absolutely love my skin, so I would never want to cover it completely. So I'm just buffing that out with a brush that I have no idea what it's called or where I even got it from. I just know that I've had it for years. As you can see, I'm just trying to conceal a little bit of the darker spots on my skin. I'm just also gonna blend that down my neck. Now I'm I'm just going in with Lancome foundation. I believe it's one of the lighter shades. I'm not 100% sure the actual number. So I'm just going over the cover cream that I had already put on to just conceal a tiny bit more. So as you can see, I'm just buffing that out. Now I'm just going in with some concealer. I tend to use LA Girl concealer, which is one of my favorites. It's super inexpensive and also works wonders. So I'm just highlighting. Now I'm just using my finger to blend that out. I've come to find that it is so much better to use your finger when it comes to blending out your concealer rather than a brush. Just blending that out on my forehead. Yeah, I spend a little time dabbing. Now I'm using the Airspun setting powder. It's actually one of my favorites. So I'm just going to place that all up under my eye just to make sure that my concealer doesn't go anywhere and it doesn't get in the cracks. And I'm also using a Real Techniques brush for this. So I'm just making sure to put that on my chin and everywhere that I highlighted, just to make sure that everything is set and will not go anywhere. Now I'm just going with some brow powder in a dark brown color, and I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows just a tiny bit. I already have thick eyebrows and they're already pretty dark, so I don't like to use pomade on them. I just rather use any type of dark powder is fine with me, and I just fill in the sparse areas. Now I'm going in with some Benefit brow gel, and I'm just going to make sure my eyebrows stay in place because, like I said, I do have really thick eyebrows and sometimes my hairs like to go everywhere. Now I'm just going in with that same foundation brush and using the leftover concealer that I used to just make my eyebrows look a little more defined. Now I'm going in with a ColourPop black eyeliner. Never mind. I'm actually going to use the same crease color that I use and just putting that a little bit under my eye just to add a little bit more. Now I am going to use the ColourPop eyeliner in black, and I'm just going to put that all over my waterline. I really hate this part, but also another thing you can do is tight line at the top. It's just something I like to do because I feel like the mascara lifts that up and you can see the extra space, if that makes sense. So I really like to tight line the top. Now I'm just going in with some Lancome lash primer. You guys, I know you guys are probably like, why lash primer? This is so important. I feel like it works wonders. It conditions your lashes. Not only that, but it just makes them so much better when you go to apply your mascara. Now I'm just going back into the Anastasia Glow Kit and I'm highlighting my cheekbones. A little bit on the tip of my nose, and I also like to go into my Cupid's bow. Now I'm going in with the Hoola Benefit bronzer with a Real Techniques brush, and I'm just gonna try to contour. I'm not very good at this, but I just do it for some extra definition. Now I'm going in with the Too Faced Lip Injection Gloss, and I put that all over my lips before I'm going to put any type of lip liner or lipstick on. Now I am using the Tarte Lash Paint Mascara, and I'm just gonna place that all over my lashes. Remember, I did use a lash primer, so the application is 100 times better. I'm just gonna put that on my lower lashes too. I love the look of really long lashes, so I tend to put a little extra mascara sometimes. Now I'm just going in with a Milani blush, and then I'm just blending out a little bit of that highlight just to make sure that it's blended together. Now I'm using a Jordana lip liner. It's absolutely one of my favorites. I believe it's in the color Natural. And then I just put it all over my lips. Sometimes lip liners work great as lipsticks. Now I'm just going back in with that lip injection, just dabbing on top just for a little bit of extra gloss. Now I'm just going back in with any excess setting powder and just going back on my face. Now I'm using the Kat Von D setting spray. I feel like this works wonders. It makes your makeup last longer. And that is pretty much it, you guys. That's all I do for my everyday makeup. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.